Hey, Cowboys Nation, welcome back to the channel where we talk all things Dallas Cowboys. The team is always looking to improve and bring those W's back to AT&T Stadium. We've got some exciting updates to talk about today regarding the future of the Cowboys offense. But before we dive in, do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let's keep this community growing. Your support helps us bring you the best Cowboys content out there. Now, let's get into it. All right, Cowboys fans, let's address the elephant in the room. This season may feel like it's slipped away from us, but the team is still showing some fight. We've won 4 out of our last 5 games, and that spark is a reminder of why we've made the playoffs for 3 straight seasons. But let's be real. Changes are needed, and big decisions are looming, especially when it comes to the running back position. Right now, both Rico Dowdle and Ezekiel Elliott are set to hit free agency, and after last offseason, when the front office didn't make a splash to boost the running game, it's clear that the Cowboys can't afford to drop the ball again in 2025. The running game has struggled, and we've been averaging just 91.2 rushing yards per game. That's the 5th worst in the league, and let's face it, that's not going to cut it for a team with playoff aspirations. But here's the buzz. Matt Holder from Bleacher Report has predicted that the Cowboys might make a move for Naji Harris, the Pittsburgh Steelers' Pro Bowl running back, to solve this issue in the 2025 season. Now, let me break down why this could be a game-changing move. Naji Harris is a name that gets people talking. The former first-round pick has been a reliable workhorse for the Steelers since 2021. He's posted over 1,000 rushing yards in each of his first 3 seasons and racked up an impressive 22 touchdowns during that span. This season, he's averaging 67.5 yards per game and is on track to break the 1,000-yard mark again. The dude is consistent, and consistency is exactly what the Cowboys need in the backfield. At 6'1" and 241 pounds, Harris is a physical presence who can pound the rock and wear down defenses. He's got that combination of size and agility that makes him tough to bring down, and let's not forget he's still young. He'll only be 27 years old when the 2025 season kicks off. That's prime age for a running back looking to prove he can still dominate. Harris's rookie contract earned him $13 million, and while predicting running back salaries can be tricky, the Cowboys' projected $22 million in cap space for 2025 means they can make this work. Adding Harris to the roster could bring some much-needed juice to the offense. Now, let's talk about another hot topic, Mike McCarthy. I know, some of you are ready to move on from McCarthy, and I totally get it, but hear me out. There's a scenario where McCarthy stays on as head coach for 2025. Injuries have played a huge role this season, and despite that, the team has shown grit. If the front office wants to give McCarthy another shot, some serious changes need to happen on the offensive side of the ball. Dak Prescott is locked in as the franchise quarterback, so a QB change isn't on the table. But what could change? The offensive coordinator, Brian Schottenheimer's tenure as OC, hasn't exactly been inspiring. Sure, injuries are a factor, but the offense has looked stagnant at times. If McCarthy wants to win back the trust of Cowboys Nation, a fresh voice calling the plays could be the key. A new offensive coordinator, combined with a proven running back like Naji Harris, could be the spark this team needs to get back on track. Imagine this: a rejuvenated offense led by Dak Prescott, a revamped running game featuring Naji Harris, and a new offensive coordinator bringing fresh ideas to the table. That's a recipe for success. The pieces are there. We've got talent on the roster, and the potential is undeniable. Adding a player like Naji Harris doesn't just help the ground game. It takes pressure off Dak, opens up the passing game, and makes defenses think twice before loading up to stop the air attack. Harris can be that reliable, every down back who grinds out tough yards and breaks the occasional big run. Plus, his experience in Pittsburgh's physical AFC North division means he's battle-tested and ready for the spotlight in Dallas. Of course, this all hinges on the front office making the right moves. Will Jerry Jones and company finally address the running back position with a high-profile signing? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure. If they do, the 2025 Cowboys could be a very different team. Cowboys fans, over the weekend, there was a lot of buzz, and not the good kind, after Stephen Jones, the Cowboys' COO, made some eyebrow-raising comments about Micah Parsons. We all know Parsons is a beast on the field. He's not just a player. He's a game changer, a generational talent that's crucial to the heart of this defense. But when Jones hinted that the team might be reconsidering a long-term extension for Parsons, it set off a firestorm of speculation. People started asking, could the Cowboys actually trade Micah Parsons? The thought alone is enough to make any fan break into a cold sweat. Let's break it down. Parsons' numbers this season are insane. He's recorded 32 tackles, 8.5 sacks, and a forced fumble. He's had multiple games with multiple sacks. This guy isn't just good, he's elite. Losing Parsons would be a devastating blow to the franchise, plain and simple. So why would Stephen Jones even hint at something like this? Well, thankfully, he quickly clarified his comments during an interview on 105.3 The Fan, and trust me, Cowboys Nation, his clarification was music to our ears. Here's what Jones said: "We see Micah as being a Cowboy for a long time. We've said all along that our goal was to sign all three of those guys, Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and Micah Parsons, and that's still our goal." That's right, folks. Jones confirmed that the plan is still to keep Parsons in Dallas for the long haul, and honestly, that's the only move that makes sense. Let's talk about why keeping Parsons is an absolute must for this team. Micah Parsons is not just any player. He's a once-in-a-generation talent. Since entering the league in 2021, Parsons has been nothing short of phenomenal. He's a two-time Pro Bowler, a Defensive Rookie of the Year, and he's consistently in the conversation for Defensive Player of the Year. His versatility is off the charts. He can line up as a linebacker, edge rusher, and even drop into coverage. He's a nightmare for opposing quarterbacks and a player you absolutely have to game plan around. This season, even when the defense has faced its struggles, Parsons has been the spark plug that keeps the engine running. His relentless pursuit, his motor, his passion, these are the qualities that make him so valuable. Let's be honest. Losing Parsons would leave a gaping hole in this defense. He's the kind of player who makes everyone around him better. When Parsons is on the field, guys like DeMarcus Lawrence and Trevon Diggs benefit from the extra attention he draws. He elevates the entire unit. But beyond the stats and the X's and O's, Parsons brings something else: swagger. He's a leader. He's got that fire, that energy, that never-back-down attitude that embodies what it means to be a Dallas Cowboy. This franchise needs that kind of mentality if we're going to chase a Super Bowl. Now, let's talk about the business side of things. Parsons is still on his rookie deal, but the Cowboys need to start thinking about that extension now. The market for elite defenders is skyrocketing, and waiting too long could mean paying even more down the line. Guys like Nick Bosa and Myles Garrett have set the bar high for defensive contracts. Bosa recently signed a deal worth $34 million per year. That's the kind of money we're talking about for Parsons, and you know what? He's worth every penny. The good news is that the Cowboys have the flexibility to make this work. With the salary cap expected to rise and the potential to restructure some other contracts, locking up Parsons shouldn't be a problem if the front office plays its cards right. Stephen Jones has made it clear keeping Parsons, along with Dak and CeeDee, is the priority. And honestly, that's the foundation of a championship-caliber team. So, Cowboys Nation, what do you think? Would you be excited to see Naji Harris wearing the star next season? Is this the kind of move that could make you more confident in keeping Mike McCarthy around for another year? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's get the debate going. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss any future updates. We've got a lot more Cowboys content coming your way. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Cowboys.